Welcome to Animates, a retro anime review comedy podcast. These episodes contain spoilers and adult language, so stick around if you're cool like that. Hello and welcome to Animates. My name is Mackenzie, joined by my in trouble co-host Lindsey.
Oh no! Have I been a bad girl?
Is there anything that comes to mind as to why you might be in trouble today?
Oh gosh, I remember you saying you're going to find me a terrible vampire show for but I don't remember what I did because I'm just
sending me a horrible Instagram thing about Bulbasaur.
It was Bulbasaur getting his ass ate, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. You heathen, how dare you do that to my little guy?
I didn't do anything.
Yeah. Lindsey, that's only part of it.
Okay.
I got a message on Christmas Day from Dylan from the Anime Out of Context podcast.
No!
Saying he had been surprised by a bonus episode that was due the next day and was way too drunk to edit the episode. But then he also mentioned that you were mocking him for it.
Shut up!
He then said, and I quote, that if he were the overly dramatic type, he might suggest showing you something terrible, like the hentai I found him that he almost showed Rem. Or maybe something just as bad.
Oh no!
See, Lindsey, us podcast editors, we gotta stick together, okay? He's such a sweet, sweet man, and you had to make fun of him for partying on Christmas Day? It's so rude.
Not at all. That's not what happened.
Okay, sure. I started brainstorming and I came up with a list of anime for you to choose from to decide your own punishment.
Motherfucker.
All right, Lindsey. Would you rather watch
I hate
hot... And now these are English translations because all these are subtitled because none of these got a dub. But so I went to Google and translated these. Would you rather watch Hot and Buttered, a movie theater job romance story about a love triangle between two brothers and their monster girl sister, featuring plenty of butter?
Oh gosh, I need to write these down so I can keep track of this bullshit. Oh gosh.
Or would you rather watch A Brother to Kiss in the Dark?
Absolutely not.
A story about a 40-year-old man who goes back in time to be his own brother that he always wanted, but then falls wildly in love with his 17-year-old self.
No. Why would I ever want to watch that?
Or would you like to watch Toes in the Water? A slice of life comedy about busty and scantily clad mermaids with fish heads but human tatas that run a love hotel for people looking to get it on with different types of monsters.
Why? Why do these exist?
So which one would you like?
Fuck me. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that second one is fucking out. Because no way. What was the buttery one again?
A movie theater romance about a love triangle between two brothers and their monster girl sister.
Fuck, we're gonna do the fish one, I guess.
What the hell is that?
Oh my gosh. No!
This is the horny police. Come out with your hands up.
I
repeat,
hate you!
This is the horny police. Come out with your hands up.
Damn, Lindsey, I was just kidding about all that horny show nonsense, but from what you picked, you've alerted the horny police.
How dare you? What the fuck is this?
It's actually quite fitting because the anime we're actually watching and what you're about to experience in real life are exactly the same thing. Because, Lindsey, it looks like you're under arrest.
No! Don't make me watch this!
Wait, what is it you think you're watching?
Is it You're Under Arrest?
Yeah.
Isn't this like a batshit crazy anime?
No.
I don't believe you.
I told Dylan that I had just given you something insane to watch, so I couldn't give you another one so quickly. So he agreed messing with you and holding it over your head was fine enough. For now, you're not off the hook yet, Missy. But yeah, this week we'll be watching the 1994 Studio Dean hit, You're Under Arrest.
Oh my gosh.
Now, it's not what you think it is.
Are you sure?
Yeah. We talked about this show being one of the first things we watched on the podcast.
Did we?
Yeah, but we never got around to it. You're Under Arrest is a high-speed comedy about two unlikely police partners, Natsumi, the wild and reckless one, and Miyuki, the calm, collected officer. Together they chase down criminals, dodge paperwork, while busting it down in the streets of Tokyo.
Why do I feel like there's a catch to this?
No catch, we are watching You're Under Arrest.
What are the genre keywords for the show?
I'm literally going to send you the cover photo right now.
What am I thinking of? That was, maybe I'm thinking, oh, no, I think I'm thinking of like Call Me Tonight or something like that.
Oh, no.
That's a very different show.
It's an interesting one.
Yep.
That's You're Under Arrest.
I'm still not sold. I'm still suspicious.
I just wanted to be able to have sirens and say you're under arrest by the horny police. I couldn't pick what to watch this week at all. It took me like the last 2 weeks I've been thinking about this week and couldn't think. And then as I was like writing out your movie options, which by the way aren't real, I made them up.
Wow. That's kind of a relief, because if any of those were real, I would have like lost faith in humanity.
Now, I will note, A Brother to Kiss in the Dark does have a real version called A Papa to Kiss in the Dark, and it's about a son that's in love with his dad. That is a real anime.
Oh, gross.
But no, you are actually watching a comedy called You're Under Arrest.
Okay.
You seem suspicious, but I promise you.
We're all going to find out in 10 seconds if those suspicions were founded or not.
Oh man, no, I thought I'd give you some. I could have given you real ones, but it was way funnier to make my own. But yeah, I know you're feeling a little jittery here, Lindsey, because you thought you were about to watch some absolute hell. But get ready to handcuff yourself to the couch while you go watch 3 episodes of You're Under Arrest.
Trying not to
So
say anything inappropriate.
Gotcha.
How dare you? How dare you send me to H0rny Jail?
Admittedly, you did choose the only one that was not about people fucking their family, so that's great.
I know. I was like, we're gonna do the fish one because that just because that's just B-stars.
Anyways, off we go.
Oh man.
And we're back from watching 3 episodes of You're Under Arrest. And I have to ask, Lindsey, was it guilty of stealing your heart, or did you let it off with a warning?
Ooh, no, it stole my heart. This is an adorable show. I don't know why. I definitely thought this was a different show, and I'm kind of glad it wasn't the show I thought it was.
Yeah, you thought I was going to give you something weird, and I kept my promise that I wasn't. It came with an awkward part 1 for you.
Yeah, it did.
But at least you're not watching the Fish Love Hotel show.
Oh my gosh. Or what is it? A Papa to Kiss in the Dark?
Well, that's a real show.
I know. I'm glad we're not watching that.
Were you expecting such a romance, slice of life heavy plot in this police show?
No, I was not. I was like, wow, the stakes in this show are so low.
Oh yeah. It's just supposed to be a fun, weird, lovely mix of just like police and comedy.
Yeah, we're not following the homicide unit. We're following traffic cops. And sometimes that means driving down closed roads because a cat's giving birth. Like, it's nice to have low stakes, especially in, gestures at current state of world. Sometimes it's nice to just have some sort of like fluffy not garbage, but like fluffy content to just take your brain away from all the debacle that's going on.
Yeah. And like, if all police were like this, the world would probably have a lot less ACAB going on.
Oh man, I know. Nobody's saying ACAB at these cops.
No. Now, speaking of these cops, who's your favorite character?
Oh, what's her name? I have her name written down somewhere. Hang on. I kind of like Noriko. Just because she's kind of a little shit disturber.
Oh, she is such a little shit disturber.
Oh man, she had a couple moments that I cackled at.
Oh, she's just looking to cause problems.
And she's there to stir the pot, and it's fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
yeah.
about you?
Natsumi.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I love her. She's perfect. She's got an Abiki but choppier hairstyle.
Oh man, see Miyuki's hair. I loved her hair.
Oh, her hair's super cool too. I like hers as well. But
Yeah.
I just, ah, Natsume is just cocky and fun and just a good time.
I thought you would have loved the cat.
Well, that's not
Chibi or
really
whatever.
a character.
I don't know. They're in like every episode that we watched.
Those are different cats each time.
Oh, oops. I thought it was the same cat.
No.
Well then, never mind.
At least I don't think it's the same cat.
I think it is the same cat.
Oh, well, this
Yep.
series is not super popular, but those who love it really love it.
I
Because
mean-
it's so charming.
It's delightful. You don't get sad watching it.
No, and there are some like moments later on where it's like a little bit heavier because it's still cop stuff here and there. I sent you some pictures from the manga.
Yeah, with her big fucking carbine, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, like the covers, which make them look way more badass than they do in the
I know.
anime.
I was like, this is not the same show.
No, they've got it's a little bit different between the manga and the anime. It's close enough, but they definitely are a little more badass looking with the manga.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I do like the designs. However, and let me know if you've noticed this, sometimes their eyes are a little too far apart.
Yeah, they have very far apart eyes. Holy moly. They're like touching the sides of the temples.
Yeah, it does get better in later episodes because this was originally just a 4-episode OVA before they took those 4 episodes and added them to being the first 4 of like a 47-episode series.
Mm-hmm.
Because normally you just do a whole new first 4 episodes, whatever. But this one they were like, nah, we've already done them. We'll just keep them as the first episodes.
Did you tell me to watch 4 episodes or 3 episodes?
3.
Okay, good, because I watched 3.
Okay. Don't worry.
I got really scared that you actually told me 4.
No. But aside from the eyes, they are cute though. And
Oh, absolutely.
Ken's is just a great buff, geeky.
Dummy. And I love it. Like a lovable dummy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's a himbo.
No, I don't
But
think he's a
he's-
himbo.
It's definitely a dummy.
The amount of detail and texture they put into the show, I think, was really pretty.
Yeah.
In terms of like even like the car headlights were really cool. There's a lot of different color giving depth to things. I thought it was very well animated.
It's not quite Gunsmith Cats level.
No, but it's in the same ballpark.
Yeah, it's still like if they had put Gunsmith Cats level animation into 47 episodes of this would have been way higher on the charts.
And way higher on the budget.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
it admittedly throughout the whole series there is a lot of cliches and some obvious plots and hooks that happen,
Mhm.
but I don't think it matters when it's not meant to be like a serious get into show. It's just like a throw it on, laugh at the funny jokes.
Decompress a little bit.
Yeah, you wouldn't think watching Police would be a decompressing show.
But weirdly, somehow, it is.
Yeah, exactly. The only downside is you'd think this show would have like a more fun intro and outro song.
Yeah, they were just kind of standard.
I was kind of saddened by that because I was like, oh, I don't remember what the intro's like. And I played it and I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's not like Paradise Kiss where it's just like an absolute fucking bop.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, well, not everybody can have Tommy February 6th. Make openings for them.
Who you're now obsessed with.
I listened to her at work. It was very fun.
So if you want to get some more music recommendations from us, make sure to check out our Discord.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to our Patreon, even free members get access to it. So
Sure, we have good music recommendations.
Go check that out. Yeah, let's jump into what you watched.
Sure, we can start with episode 1. Seems like a good place. It basically starts with someone running late for work on their motorbicycle. Motorbicycle.
Motorbicycle.
Good lord.
You get there?
I'm fine. My brain is just.
What do they do with this motorbicycle?
They almost run over children. Yes, no, so this character is running late for work. And so she's trying to just like go, and she's doing a lot of like not kosher shit. And the cops there's like a cop car that's like makes eye contact with her, and she's like, oh, not today, I am late. And they just she tries to give her the slip, like, not so fast. And it's just like this really bonkers chase that happens with her like hiking her motorbike up a flight of stairs to a temple. And she's like, yeah, I'm never gonna get caught. I'll be fine. I'll be on time at work. and she like almost runs over a cat, and then she chastises the cat for being in the middle of the road.
But first, she saves the cat by scooping it up with her foot while doing an
Which was
Akira
pretty cool.
slide. My kind of girl.
Oh man. Well, and it's funny because since she saved the cat, the cop's like, well, you know, you did this violation, this violation, this violation, this violation, and this violation, but you saved a cat, so I'll let it slide this time. And then she gets to work, and the reveal is that she's on her way to her first day to being a cop.
I love that she's also a cop, but she's also like, fuck this pig, I'm running.
I know.
Like,
she's like, "A cab, baby."
on her way to her first day as a cop, and she's
Yep.
still screaming a cat. She clearly grew up in America.
Oh. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I loved it. And they're like, "Yeah, this is your new partner." And she's like, "Oh, you pulled me over earlier." Like, it's not going back.
I love that guy, like her chief was like, "Why are you late?" And she just starts like telling her whole story minute by minute for the whole day. And oh my gosh, that is so meat coated. It's insane. Where someone's like, "Hey, how come this happened?" And you're like, "Oh, here's every possible detail." And then they're like, "Well, you're clearly lying because you have all this planned." And I'm like, "No, I just like giving lots of detail."
It's fine. Yep.
I
Oh,
would
man.
get in trouble with that at work all the time. Be like, "Hey, what happened with this?" And I'd be like 10-minute diatribe, and the boss would be like, "So you're lying then?" I'm like, "No, like just told you the whole thing."
I'm not lying at all. Believe
"Then
me."
just tell me the last part next time." And I'm like, "I can't. I must explain myself. The trauma makes me explain myself."
So there we know, everybody. Mackenzie has lots of details telling the truth. Not a lot of details, not telling the truth. Just gave your tell up so easily.
Hey, everybody, Lindsey's cool. All right, next statement.
Oh, you bitch. Well, everybody, we have some breaking news coming in right now. Animates has stopped. No more. Oh, man. Anyways, so we have Natsumi and Miyuki working on the motorbicycle, and they're like doing stuff, and we pull back. Oh my gosh, this part made me laugh very hard. Because we pull back to see Ken with his binoculars watching them, and Noriko is like, "What are you looking at?" And he's like, "Just bird watching." She's like, "Uh-huh." And he says it's like a blue-breasted honey tit or something like that, something dumb. And she's like, "Yeah, oh, a blue-breasted honeysucker." And she's like, "Yeah, sure it is."
She's like, "I never knew those birds had badges."
Yeah, exactly. He like fully catches him. And I'm like, thank goodness HR was not around.
Well, episode 3, we'll talk about HR.
Oh,
but
man. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Use of police resources.
I love that while they're fixing this bike, and Miyuki's just doing it to be nice, but then she's like really weird and stalkery. She's like, "I know everything about you, Natsumi."
I know. And I was like, girl, you need to calm down. Just because you have access to like people's personal information doesn't mean that you should ethically use it to do this and then be really creepy about it. I don't know. It's all just very strange. And this is all happening. There's like we get a shot of a weird red car that's just driving by. And we're like, well, I guess that's going to be important. And I better remember that. And yeah, we go on our first patrol. And Natsumi's like, I don't think this is going to work.
Yeah, she's not feeling this.
Yeah. And so how do they decide that they're going to figure out if they should stay partners or not? They're going to do a coin flip.
Heads we stay, tails we leave.
Yeah. They like flip it. And then they get interrupted with finding out because there's a mini coupe. The mini coupe that we saw rips by. And they're like, well, now we've got to go chase this guy because clearly they're doing something crazy.
It's just like a silly car chase, basically.
Right? They get a message over the radio about some sort of like time bomb that's going to go off in 3 hours or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it seems really like, oh no.
I know, and they gotta like answer all these clues and find out what's
like,
going
basically
on.
The Riddler. It's the Riddler has set a trap for them. They have to sync synchronize their watches.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they got the perp because there's like they chase him, they corner him in an alley. They're like, there's no way he can go away, and then a random wheel pops out
Just like
and allows him to rotate 90 degrees and just like disappear.
Austin
like,
Powers could
damn
never.
it. No. They're like, damn it. And then they get another riddle over the radio that they have to solve, and they can't figure it out. But Miyuki discovers that if she plots all the points that they chased the car throughout the day, it makes the shape of an airplane. They finally figure out the plane. They make it there. They fight over how to do the bomb. And
It explodes anyways.
yeah, Miyuki's like, I'll disarm it. And then Natsumi is like, I'm going to throw it. And they're like fighting over this. And I was like, I feel like we should maybe just deal with this instead of fighting.
Or call the fucking bomb squad, maybe?
Right? Like, I feel like there's resources you need and procedures you need to follow for this, other than just like throw it away. I don't
Procedures
know.
be damned, boom, it goes.
Exactly. But it doesn't matter because they're just fireworks. And it's Natsumi's lunch that she lost at the temple earlier. And it turns out the perp is just the temple caretaker.
It's literally a whole bonding experience that the captain and this guy work together on to get them to become friends.
What a great use of police resources.
I know that there's a lot of romance between Miyuki, or like romance vibes between Miyuki and Ken, but the energy between Natsumi and Miyuki,
Right? They are very queer-coded.
like, nothing ever happens between them. I'll say that straight up. It's always platonic. But it's crazy because she's like feeding her food and talking about how we should move in together already. And isn't that already like a lesbian stereotype?
Yeah, that's U-hauling.
Like moving in the first week, knowing each other.
Yeah, it's what do lesbians do on a second date? They rent a U-Haul.
As someone who knows many lesbians can confirm.
Yep, me too. Oh man. But yeah, that's episode 1. It's just like this cute little bonding experience by using police resources to call in a fake bomb threat.
I appreciate that they didn't like take this like issue of them not liking each other and spread it out over like the first 10 episodes. Like they got to get used to it. Like, no. The next episode, it's like a month later, they're friends. They're having a great time. They're partners.
Oh man, yeah, they're like, we could, but we got other shit to do other than develop that relationship.
Yeah. Well, on to episode 2.
Yes, and there's a giant typhoon moving very fast into Tokyo.
Oh no.
Oh no. So that's not good.
Let the kids know.
Right. Oh man, it's just so funny because yeah, they're like, oh, we got to let people know, and then they're like, let's go tell all these children. All these kids are like, yeah, but there's a cat here, and so we see the cat from the previous episode, and this is when Ken fat shames a cat. They get mad at her. You say, that's not how you talk about a cat. He's like, I don't know. Oh man,
look at this. He kept calling her Tubby Chibi.
Yeah. And then he really looks like an ass because turns out Chibi's pregnant.
Wow, Ken.
Oh no.
How dare you?
Just the worst.
Also, what I really appreciate is that they actually used kids for the kids' voices.
Yeah.
Like it was
That was
actually
kind of
just
a
like
unique touch.
a bunch of youth. Like not adults trying to be 6. You could tell they were actual kids playing kids. And I was like, why don't they do more of this? It sounds so much better.
Labor laws, baby.
I was like, hi there, mister. I'm a little boy.
Yeah, that's how they
I don't
sound.
know why that little boy sounded kind of like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that voice was. Remember when people asked if we were voice actors?
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up? I'm a 6-year-old.
Listen, I was playing on the playground. On the monkey bars.
Back in my day in kindergarten 6 months ago, I once tripped and scraped my knee.
It was very unfortunate.
I still have a scar.
And then I threw the heart of the ocean over the slide.
Really, it was just my friend Davin.
Davin?
Yeah.
I've never heard that name before.
Oh, yeah, I had a friend Davin growing up.
Oh, interesting. All right. Apologies to all the Davins out there for doing Davin erasure.
Wow.
Wow, we're going to get canceled.
I love that this whole first part of this episode is everyone, including the children, gossiping about Miyuki's love life.
And even like when she gets called into Ken's office or whatever, everybody's just like eavesdropping on this conversation to be like, what's going on? Ooh. And it's just, they get caught.
This goes back and forth for pretty much the whole series,
Mm-hmm.
which it can get old at times, but then sometimes they'll just do something new with the two of them and you're like, Ken, you sly zero game bastard, you.
He really has no game.
I feel that. I also have no game.
Yeah, you don't.
Wow. What does that say about you then?
I was in a very different place when we dated.
Yeah, a better one.
Whoa!
No, I'm just kidding. I love that this whole episode is about saving kitties.
Yeah, 100%. It's all they like have to take her to a vet, and the vet's like, "Well, there's a blackout. We can't help her because she's the kittens are breech, and she has a narrow pelvis."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh no! So what are we gonna do? We'll have to take it to this other vet. How do we get there? It's a typhoon. Everybody's on the roads trying to, get out, evacuate." Well, let's just take this one road that that's closed, and we'll just get on there. And then there's like a yellow car that only comes out during typhoons to like cause trouble or something.
Yeah, so it's one of Ken's arch nemesis that he's evaded every time there's a big storm. For some reason, it only comes out to drive on empty, closed off roads.
Yeah.
And cause a bunch of trouble, and Ken's been trying to catch it for like years.
Well, he almost like runs the girls off of a freeway.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. And so Ken has to come on his motorbike to just kind of like distract the guy and be like, "You guys get to the vet. Like, you gotta save Chibi. He's like, I'll take care of this."
I love that as they're like getting to the vet, they see that this guy in his car is like knocked over some dude's truck.
Mm-hmm.
And Natsumi is like, "I'll deal with this," like breaks
single-handedly punches the windshield.
But she also calls out her move like a Dragon Ball Z character. She's like, "Diamond Crystal Fist Attack." And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. And then, yeah, after they're done helping, she's like helping to clean up, and she's holding like 15 watermelons at one time.
American cops could never fist break the glass, rescue the guy, help gather his melons without causing more problems or yelling at people, and then save a cat in a typhoon.
It's pretty insane.
If only. It's just, I love this.
I know, it was like this asshole in a yellow car who's like trying to run cops off the road, and then also there's a cat that's pregnant and there's kittens.
Hell yeah. And like, Ken's a legit dude. I like Ken.
Yeah, Ken's a good guy.
He's like, "I'm gonna drive in front of them on my motorbike to help create a windshield for you guys behind by keeping him in front of you so that you can match the pace and not get caught behind to get to the hospital faster, and then I'll deal with the car myself."
Yeah.
And then when he catches the guy,
gives him a lecture about safe driving. It's so good. Oh.
And apparently they live in a society where that works.
I know,
I wish. So bad.
He's like, "You're right, I'm sorry." And the ending of this episode is so sweet because the girls are sleeping in their cop car with the kittens. And so the kids from the preschool just open the car and take the cats.
At least they leave them a note.
I guess, yeah. They just steal a basket full of kittens and leave a note, and they're like, well, let's get going. Like, damn it, it's so wholesome and sweet.
It's so damn charming.
I know. I love it. I love it so much. Ugh.
Look, talking about the hot and buttered might have been funnier, but it's a nice change of pace for us to talk about something so wholesome. No existential crisis in this episode.
I love not having an existential crisis.
Just how much I get to say how much I love Natsumi and how much I love Chibi and its kittens. It's a good time.
Oh, the kittens were so cute. And just her little like panting, and she was in the basket. She was so damn cute. I love it. All right, so we're on to the last episode you watched, and we're in the like girls' locker room at work. So we got a little bit of fan service here. And Miyuki says that she doesn't bother trying to wake up Natsumi anymore because it's just not worth it. So Natsumi's late. Noriko finds Miyuki's like daytimer. She's like, "Oh, I thought we were off this weekend." She's like, "Oh no, we are. I just have something I need to do this weekend." And they all kind of like read into it. They're like, "She has a date." Like, oh no.
Somehow they decide she went to a matchmaker and they gave her like, how do you think of that from just seeing a blacked out period on a calendar?
Maybe they were just making their own ideas of what she was doing. And so they like tell Ken, and they're like, "Ken, you need to kidnap Miyuki so she doesn't go in this meeting this weekend." Because that's fine. That's a good plan to do. HR will have no problems with that. And so he bumps into Miyuki in the garage, and he's like nervously trying to ask her out. But Natsumi and Noriko butt in. They're like, he's not going to do it. So we have to do it and ask her out for him. And literally, we cut to outside of the garage, and the rest of the detachment is out there eavesdropping.
Look, the level of gossip in this fucking station,
I love it,
is insane. No one has any chill.
Nope.
Noriko is like, I'm literally fire. I have so little chill. Like, oh my God, she's going to a matchmaker. Oh, you have to do this. You have to do that. Don't let him, like, it's what a shit disturber.
I know. And then there's her little, like, she gets caught and she's like, "Aw," like her little, like,
oops.
Oh, did I do that? Oh.
Did I do that?
But yeah, we learned that she's not going on a date with a matchmaker. She actually has, it's like a high school reunion or something.
Co-ed high school reunion. Which...
Ooh, we're going to read into that too. Well, while she's gone, Natsumi goes over to Ken's house to try and cheer it up. And she's like, let's go ride bikes. Oh my gosh, there was so much bike riding.
His house looks worse than Ray's in Neon Genesis.
It's a bachelor pad.
He is so distraught by all of this stuff related to Miyuki that he is literally living in filth.
Ugh, it's not good, dude. It's not good. But yeah, so they go ride bikes. They go to a temple. Natsumi is like, hey, you should buy like a love charm to give to her. And he's like, yeah, I don't know about it.
Maybe I'll buy a safety charm for good traffic safety.
Yep, exactly. And oh man. And then they're like, you know what we should do? We should just go crash the reunion. Like, that's a great idea. And so they try to go, but she got the name of the hotel wrong. So they're like on the completely different
Ken
end of...
did.
Oh, Ken did?
That's why he's so depressed.
Oh, I thought Natsumi got the name wrong.
No, he mixed up the cities.
Okay.
So they drove to like a completely different fucking city on these motorcycles with like this epic like multi-hour long trip.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh wait, no, there's one in a different city. He just passes out from like, damn it.
Yeah. So they go decide to drink on the side of the road, which is a little not good.
No. Hopefully we did learn that they didn't go home that night, so maybe they just slept outside.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's what they did, because holy shit, that's really problematic.
I can't see Ken being a drinking driver.
No, I can't see that at all.
Dude gets mad at like cars going 1 kilometer over the speed limit. So like,
yeah.
I say mad, it's more of like, you shouldn't do that.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, he's the cop that says I'm disappointed in you, which would make you feel worse than the cop yelling at you, threatening to like give you a ticket.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh, Ken. Well, at the reunion, Miyuki gets propositioned by an old classmate. Yeah, go for it.
I was like, this keto guy needs to learn to take no for an answer.
And then it's just because he's trying to repay her for money that she lent him or something.
Well, he's like, we should just let it happen tonight. Let it, we can't let this be in the past. Like, we need to deal with it. And she thinks he's talking about feelings.
Yeah, which is fair because that's what he's making it sound like.
But nah, he owed her 300 yen.
I was gonna say, it was not a lot of money.
$2. Good Lord. But it's probably, it's set up to be like, I sat there like, don't you fucking do that.
I know, because they interslice it with like Ken kind of having these feelings and stuff like that. So it's narratively, it's really intriguing to watch this dynamic lead up. And then you're like, oh.
You're like, oh, are they going to kiss? Is he going to walk in? Somehow they get to the city and they're kissing? Oh, no.
No, it's fine. Oh man, yeah. And then it's funny because the next day at like, I don't know, the breakfast after the reunion, all of Miyuki's friends are doing some kind of like heavy lifting for Ken to be like, oh, I fell in love with someone at work and it was so great, and there's all these positive things about falling in love with someone at work. You should fall in love with someone at work.
And they don't even know about Ken, and so it's like,
I know, but I was like, are these paid actors? Did Ken pay them to be here and say these things? Like, what is going on?
This would not be Ken. This would be Yuriko. Yuriko would pay these people to do that.
Yeah, she would.
She's got a budget in her expenses strictly for shit disturbing.
Oh man, I wish I had a budget for that. That'd be great.
I used to, and it was great. And now that I don't, I'm sad.
No. Miyuki gets back on the train and goes back, and she goes to their apartment, sees that Natsumi wasn't home all night because they're at the post, and so she goes to see Ken's house, and Ken also wasn't home, and like Noriko meets her there, and it's kind of like this, they're setting it up to make Miyuki think that Ken and Natsumi spent the night together as like a little flingy fling. I mean, and it's good because it's showing her, it's motivating her character to kind of confront her feelings for how she feels about Ken.
Yeah, exactly. She gets so mad thinking that they spent the night.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you have no proof. Your friend is trying to tell you nothing happened.
It's all circumstantial evidence right now.
And
you should know this. You're a cop.
And everyone's talking like, oh, will they, won't they, will they, won't they? I'm not going to spoil anything, but do you think they ever get together?
I feel like they would, but I feel like it wouldn't be until like near the end of the series.
Good to know. I'm so sad because our two lovely ladies, they're mad at each other.
I know.
But neither does the police chief.
Nope. He calls both Ken and Miyuki into the office and orders them to go on a date.
As I mentioned before about HR, this is a wild thing to be like, you know what? I'm sick of all this will they, won't they. You two, you are ordered as like an official police business to go on a date.
Undercover like teams coordinating things for this date.
It's like a full sting.
Yeah. Like what
listening
is going
devices, cameras, people set up in stations. Like,
yeah. Eagle has landed. Eagle has landed.
Yeah, right. Like, how's it going? Well, he's still acting like a total fool, but dinner was good. Like, it's
They are now heading to the secondary location.
Yeah, it's so stupid, but it's also so funny.
I know. I was like, but it is cute, and it is like supposed to be just like a happy, fluffy.
He's basically saying, figure out your stuff now to know if people need to keep talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's 40-something more episodes of stuff like them flirting and whatnot happening. But like, it's kind of like a little thing because this was originally only meant to be a 4-episode OVA.
Wow.
So this was supposed to just be like a figure your stuff out now thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cute.
It is a really cute, and he like gives her the good luck charm for traffic safety because she works in traffic safety. And I was like,
love him
it's so wholesome. It's adorable. Man.
Oh, man.
I love it. I love it so much. And then, yeah, at the end of the episode, the pagers go off. And so she has to go. There's like a giant collision that they have to go respond to. So it cuts their date short.
But I love that she knows they're being followed this whole time.
Oh, yeah. She's fully like calling Natsumi out.
Hey, Natsumi, you coming? Yeah, okay.
All right. Noriko can clean stuff up. This was a cute show.
Oh, you're not going to talk about the Flintstones?
You mean the cat that almost gets run over?
Yeah, there's another kitty.
There's another kitty.
And she like jumps out of her car and like Flintstone stops it with her feet.
With her terrible flats.
Scoops the kitty up again.
Well, because like Ken was there to help like prevent the cat from getting run over as well. So that probably helped with like swoon factor for him. It's all very good for him.
I don't know. I love the little silly dynamic. I love Natsumi just being an angry little shit disturber. I love Yuriko being a happy little shit disturber.
Oh, she's so great.
I think I have the word
she's
stinker
so
in my notes multiple times.
I think that's a good way to describe her, as a little stinker. Officer Stinker.
Yeah. So you had a good time with the show?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I didn't hate watching it.
Well, that's good. So it's worth.
You know what? My mental health is in a great spot after it. Oh, man.
Well, what do you think this series is rated?
It's really good. And it's really pretty. I want to say, I feel like it's going to be like a 7.26.
Higher.
Really? Great. Okay. I mean, I'm not mad at that.
This is rated. So the original 4-episode OVA was rated 7.46.
Okay.
And then the new full version of the series is a 7.53.
Okay. I'm not mad at that at all.
Both have only been rated by about 10,000 people. It is not super popular. Everyone who writes a good review about it is just like, I watched 47 episodes in 3 weeks because it was so much fun. Because there are other characters, there's other police, or some shit disturbers that come in that are like bad shit disturbers. Some other like, fun stuff that goes on. So it is worth the watch. The versions that we watched, those first 3 episodes, they're a little longer. I think they're like 20 without
like
credits.
28-ish?
28-ish, yeah. The actual episodes of the rest of the series are only 20 after credits.
Okay.
Because they went back to like an actual TV level amount. So we watched the uncut versions before it became the opening 4 episodes or 3 episodes for the regular. I'm assuming your rating as well is probably around a 7.2, whatever you said.
Yeah, like I think it's a solid 7. It's a solid like B plus.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
way
watch
to
it.
go,
Be happy.
Studio Dean.
Oh, Studio Dean, yes. Don't ask me what they've done. I've just heard that name before.
What you go, Kotsuke Fujishima,
Woo!
and your sweet manga art style. Again, if the anime isn't quite your thing, I do suggest checking out the manga just because it is a really, really pretty to look at manga too. Everything looks really cool. The cars are drawn super well. The amount of research that went into it, I would say, is probably Gunsmith Cat's level for the weapons and the cars.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta definitely check that out.
Yeah, it's really cool.
For those of you at home, because you're not going to know this, he was also the creator of Oh My Goddess, which we'll watch on this podcast eventually.
Ooh.
But yeah, thanks everyone for chilling with us in this more little cutesy, fun little series. I'm sure, based off of information I've been given previously, that whatever I'm about to watch for our next episode is going to be not like this whatsoever. So make sure to check that out next week. If you want more of us, we do have a YouTube channel which has some cool tier list videos and a couple other things on there, such as my Studio Gynax video essay. If you want even more content on top of that, you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/animates, where you can get access to bonus episodes, bonus pre-banters, bonus other stuff, and ad-free episodes and videos and all that kind of jazz. You also get access to the Discord and a couple of the things that we've posted recently of some upcoming goals that we got going on there. So make sure to check that out. Speaking of our Patreon, however, we also like to give a shout out to our patrons. So we want to give a shout out to our supporting characters and our retro cuties. Thank you so much for the love. Moving on to our Chibi champions, we've got Swamp Wizard. Up next, we've got our Nostalgia Wizard tier with Butler Rat.
Okay, hit me with it.
Saying,
oh no.
Butler Rat heard Railgun Season 2 for the bird, says Mikasa from afar. And then last week, Lindsey asked for Daddy Sephiroth, so I'm currently drawing that.
Oh no.
So Lindsey's going to get some fan art from one of our patrons in our Discord. So head over there to check that out.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see
for some Daddy Sephiroth.
Oh, I do love Daddy Sephiroth. That one-winged angel.
So yeah, go to patreon.com/animates, check that out. Also follow us on social media everywhere at Animates, and we will catch you next week with a normal episode and our Evangelion watch through, which is on to the rebuilds with rebuilds 1 and 2.
Ooh.
Where how dare they take away Ritsuko in a swimsuit from us?
Yeah, you were very disappointed at that.
I completely forgot about that, and I was like, oh, there's she. Nope, it's already gone. Damn you.
Boo. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh. You're in for a surprise.
Great. Perfect. I'm ready.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next week. Thank y'all. And anyways, bye.
All right. Later days.
Were you about to say later, bitches?
I was about to say later, skater. And then I was like, that's lame.
It's better than later days.
Later days is from the Weekenders, you jerk. You
you're right.
Swine.
It is. Sorry, you're right. Later days is great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Weekenders.
I was like, how dare you insult Tino Tonatini?
I'm sorry, Tino Tonatini.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.